Howdy ho, guys. Welcome back to the temple. So today's episode is going to be a little bit lighthearted. I'm sorry I'm getting talking about all these spicy topics. Apparently people are getting too sensitive about it. Whatever. But today's episode is going to be fun. Today, I'm actually going to tell you a story of one of the worst decisions I've made in 2022. And that decision was accepting the one chip challenge. Yeah, so before I go into details of like what this challenge is, I'm gonna put you in the perspective of me when I first heard about this, right? So there's a store right around where I live called Black Friday, and typically whenever there are Amazon packages that get sent back, or I don't know, that the product was damaged or whatever, for whatever reason, people are sending it back and it's no longer a good product, right? So these reject packages are bought by this store called Black Friday, and every Friday they sell the stuff that's the return for like $7, right? So this can range from like a piece of crap to like something like a graphics card. I've seen like graphic card and like motherboard for like $7. It's crazy. So this happened last week, right? I took the day off. My girlfriend took the day off, and my buddy was free too. My buddy Andrew. So it was me, Andrew, and Megan. We had the Friday off. We went to the store, right? When the store opens at 9. When we got there, that place was packed. No surprise, because like, this is a really good way to like sell stuff and make some money. Anyways, whatever. The point is, when we got there, we did a little shopping, and then my buddy Andrew, he saw these little packets called the one chip challenge. He knew what it was. I didn't, right? So he picked it up and he showed me like, hey, look, there's this thing called the one chip challenge. You want to do it with me, right? And I asked him like, what the hell is a one chip challenge? This is my first time hearing about it. He told me that like it's a little packet that comes with one piece of chip, right? And that piece of chip is like the hottest thing on earth. I was like, what? How bad can it be? Like I love spice. Like back in the day, I would go to like Buffalo Wild Wings and like take the hottest wing challenge. Yeah, I mean I might have cried a little bit, a couple tears were shed, but whatever. I like spices. What I forgot was I aged a lot from that time, so I can't really take my spice anymore, and I guess I haven't really tested myself, so I thought I was like this Mr. Big Oh yeah, whatever, I can take it. And miraculously, my buddy was able to find like 3 of them. So if you check the original price, I think it's about like $15 a pop, and my buddy bought all 3 of them for like $7 each. So after my buddy bought the one chip challenge, we actually had to stop by Harris Teeter because apparently I didn't have any milk, and it's so hot, so you got to make sure you drink your milk or whatever, right? So we stopped by, we got our milk, and we went all the way back to my apartment. And I had the great idea of, let's start a podcast, the 3 of us, while we do the one chip challenge, and then like, my girlfriend talked me out of it, and like I'm kind of glad that she did. Like it would have been funny if we caught all this on tape or whatever. So the scene is set, right? So we're all just sitting on the couch. I pour all 3 of us a glass of milk, and I want to open up the box, there was this black triangular chip. It looks like it looked like one of those Tostitos chip, but like it was dark like the black coal. You know what I'm saying? When I looked at it, okay, look, it's not so bad. Apparently the trick, the challenge is you're supposed to eat this thing in one go, and you're supposed to last an hour, right, without any assistance like milk or water or whatever. My buddy and Megan, they're insane. They're like, oh yeah, I can sit through the whole hour, whatever. So yeah, so everything is already in place, right? So I took my chip, I ate it, right? And when I was chewing it, like it wasn't really all that hot. Like I was like, okay, it's spicy, it tastes dark, it had this like really bitter taste to it, whatever. So we were just chilling, right? And then like 10 seconds later, my body started to like heat up. Like my whole face was the temperature of my face went up by like 10 degrees at least. My whole face felt like it was gonna explode. And my buddy was smart enough to go outside the balcony, and it was a cold day, so like the breeze was like helping him, right? And I came outside too, and I was like, holy shit, this shit is like getting really hot. And like at that point, I was like profusely sweating, right? Here, imagine this. Imagine SpongeBob SquarePants, right? You take him out of Bikini Bottom, right? You put him into shore, and you squeeze him, right? And when you squeeze him, all that water comes out. That was pretty much me. I was sweating like a fucking pig. It was ridiculous. And apparently, I didn't chew all the chip. I chewed the chip, But apparently, I wasn't supposed to swallow it until I chewed the whole entire thing. So when it came down my throat, I felt like the pain just like burning my throat, and my chest felt like it was gonna collapse. Like my stomach was like turning inside out. Oh my god, it was literally probably one of the worst feelings I ever had. Meanwhile, Megan was sitting over there like as if it's nothing, you know, like she was like sweating and like freaking out a little bit, but like compared to me, like I was being like a big baby. It got so hot I had to take off my shirt because I was sweating so goddamn much. And you know, I'll post the picture now. This is the only picture, no, this is one of the two only picture that we took during the challenge. But like I lay down on my pillow and like that thing was just drenched. Like I just put my head on there, and like I just kept on sweating and it just would not freaking stop. It was worse than a sauna. That's how bad it was. I wasn't able to like complete the challenge because like, dude, it got to the point where I was gonna gag. I just couldn't do it. So I went to the sink thinking I was gonna throw up, and then like I was using the sink water to cool myself down, and I couldn't beat the challenge, you know. And you're supposed to be like doing nothing for like an hour and let the thing just torture you to death, I guess. Good on Megan and Andrew. They didn't drink their milk. I was the first one to quit. I can't handle my spice anymore. I admit I'm getting kind of old. But yeah, it was a horrific experience. And like after that, like my whole body went into shock, and then I was just like laying on the ground for like 30 minutes to an hour, and then like until they had to leave. But yeah, so I thought that was gonna be end of the journey, right? But no, for like the next 2 hours, my stomach was like, it felt like it was rotting from the inside, you know. Like I was laying in bed, I was like still sweating, like my bed was just like disgusting, you know. Whatever, I was laying in bed for like an hour, and once I started feeling just a little bit better, right, I went up and I wanted to go to the bathroom to, you know, do my thing. But as soon as I stepped up and I got to the sink, I just started hurling. I just started just throwing up like everything that was been in my stomach for today, right? I forgot to mention, after the Black Friday, we went to get some ramen noodles. Yeah, guess what came up when I threw up? Also, but before all this, I was trying to get myself to feel better by like drinking Pepto-Bismol, and it kind of helped, I guess. So when I got to the sink, right, I started like throwing up, and like it was just disgusting. I mean, it's sorry to be graphic, but like I was throwing up like noodles, I was throwing up like pink stuff, I was throwing up the chip. Like the chip was like huge. It wasn't like chew all the way, so that was probably my fault, and I admit it. And like when I started throwing up, dude, it burned my throat again. So this thing kicked my ass like 2, 3, 4 times just today. It was a horrible experience. And then like I wanted to go to the toilet and like throw up there, but my body was just like in so much shock, and I just couldn't freaking move because like all this stuff was like in my chest. So I just hurled my whole entire lunch up, and like, oh my god. After that, I've never felt so relieved in my life, other than like the burning part of my throat. But yeah, I threw up like hell. So I was like, dude, I must have been like the biggest whole entire time, you know. Like, you know, seems like Megan and Andrew was doing fine. Lo and behold, I got in contact with Andrew later. He told me that on the way home, he started like feeling really bad, and as soon as he got home, he started throwing up. And then like I was checking up on Megan and see how she did. Was like, you know, taking the challenge. She was driving, and then it hit her while she was driving. She had to stop somewhere and start to throw up too. So we all ended up just like throwing up on the side of the road, or like throwing up somewhere. And oh my god, it was just a shitty experience. I even felt that crap like the next day. Oh my god, I felt so bad. I've literally never felt so bad all year. And all right, so we did a little bit of research, right? So to describe to you how hot this was, a jalapeno pepper, right, goes from 2,000 to 8,000 Scoville. That's like how hot like the heat unit is. This black chip is at 2 million Scoville. So yeah, it's pretty intense. And we did a little more research, and you can buy this on Amazon. And one of the review was saying that this thing was so hot, some guy ended up going to the hospital. It was insane. You know, thank God none of us did. But you know what? Never again. I wouldn't recommend anybody to do the one chip challenge. Just take it from me. You know, it sounds cool. Oh, I can take it. But then like when you start throwing up, and then when you start like crapping, and then like it burns your butt, it's not fun like at all. You don't want to do it. Just hear my story, heed my warning. So yeah, you know, I wanted to talk about I wanted to tell this story for a podcast that I kind of planned, but you know, things didn't work out. But I still want to at least tell the story, and I hope you guys find enjoyment in like hear my story. You know, I'm looking out for y'all. Just take what I say, and yeah, don't do what I did. All right, guys, that's end of story time. If you like what you heard so far, make sure you hit like. Let me know. If you like my content, there's gonna be more of this, just like more casual stuff. Just please subscribe if you can. And any little support would really help. And yeah. So, all right, guys, y'all have a good day. Bye.